In the United States, Republican Party candidate Donald Trump wins presidential election. In Palestine, at least 100 chronically ill patients, including children, are waiting for evacuation out of Gaza. Hurricane Rafael swirled past the Cayman Islands while expected to rapidly intensify before making landfall on Wednesday in western Cuba. It's forecast to hit as Category 3 hurricane. Hello, welcome to From the South. I'm Luis Alberto Matos from the teleSUR studios in Havana, Cuba. We begin with the news. In the United States, Republican Party candidate Donald Trump became the new president of the North American country. Donald Trump has won the U.S. presidential election, defeating in the electoral votes count his Democratic contender Kamala Harris, crossing the 270 mark after securing Wisconsin. Trump's victory over Vice President Kamala Harris makes him the first former president to return to power in non-consecutive terms since Grover Cleveland regained the White House in the 1892 elections. He's also the first convicted criminal to win the highest elected office in the United States. Republicans also took control of the Senate, flipping seats in Ohio and West Virginia. This election is considered one of the most significant in recent U.S. history, with results that could shape both the future of the nation and global geopolitics over the next 4 years.
Well, I want to thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends on this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country, and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy?
Meanwhile, Republicans won control of the U.S. Senate on Tuesday with victories in West Virginia and Ohio, guaranteeing that the party will control at least one chamber of Congress next year. In this sense, neither party appeared to have a clear advantage in the battle for the House of Representatives, which Republicans now control by a narrow margin. But Tuesday's results guaranteed that Republicans could help Trump appoint conservative judges and other government staff. Let's now go live to Washington with our special envoy Carlos Montero for the latest information.
Hi, good morning from Washington. What a night we had here in the capital. Donald Trump is the comeback kid. He's going to be again president of the United States. It was an amazing night. We were covering that for CNN, for teleSUR in Espanol and teleSUR English. And we knew it was going to be a bad night for Kamala Harris. We were expecting a very tight race, but the polls were closing in different states, and the numbers were not looking good for the Democrat Party. There were too many reds, little blues, and Kamala Harris was waiting for the battleground state, those states we mentioned a long time, 7 states that they can turn the election from one candidate, from one party to the other, but it wasn't like this. Around maybe 1 o'clock this morning, the chairman of the Democrat Party said, you know, Kamala Harris is going to wait for the result. She's not going to talk tonight. We knew that the situation was very bad for the Democrat. At around 2 o'clock, most of the TV stations project that Pennsylvania, one of the battleground states, was going to be for Trump. And 1 hour later, around 2:30 in the morning, close to 3 o'clock, Donald Trump talked to his followers. He was with his family. He talked from Florida, where he was waiting for the result. There were his kids, his grandkids, his wife, and he said, America is going to be great again. He seems very happy for the result. That showed that the democracy works. Dijo, in that case, when he wins, it works. If he loses, what would happen? We don't know. Another good news for the Republican Party, they won, they regained the upper house of the Congress, and the lower is still holding, we don't know, but more probably we are going to have the whole Congress in hands of the Republican Party. This story, this result, worry a lot to the Mexican community in the USA. I want to invite to our conversation Victor Ramirez. He's really involved with the Spanish community here in the USA. I would like to see, what do you think after this winning of Donald Trump?
Good morning, teleSUR in English. Many hope for this country is coming. Many troubles for the community speak Spanish in this country. Maybe it's worries right now with Trump election win last night. But we are here and we try to see what's going on. No? One day after the election.
What worried the most about Donald Trump back in the White House?
I think Donald Trump is trying to help the immigration issues in these 4 years coming soon. So he tried to fix it all about immigration, come to the south to the north, and try to help the people have a legal status in control. I listened last night his speech, and when he said I win, he tried to fix this system. It's broke. It's broke for many years ago in this country.
It was broken not with Democrat, it was broken with the Republican. And what's the solution for you, knowing the community, to fix that broken system? What should they do?
I think that Donald Trump go have the control for the senators and the House representatives is try to fix it, the broken system for immigration. Obama have it in the past 2008. He can do it, but he don't want. So this is same similar like 12 years ago or 16 years ago. Is Donald Trump thinking about fix it? He can do it. He can do it. But everything is politics in this country.
He can do it. He sounds like Barack Obama. You can do it. Kamala Harris could not do it yesterday. Victor Muth, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We are going to be following the story. I'm sure the Democrats, Kamala Harris is going to be in the White House until January. She's really surprised. She was waiting for the result, Howard University. We haven't got any reaction from her yet. Of course, yes, last night was a long night. I'm sure maybe she's going to sleep late this morning, but we are going to be following the story, and they're still vote counting. We are going to see in the lower house of the Congress if the Republican can get that, can keep it, because they already have the Senate. Okay, this is all for now. We'll be back with you guys whenever you need me.
Thank you, Carlos, for the latest information. Let's now take a short break. But first, remember you can join us on TikTok at teleSUR English. We'll find news in different formats, news updates, and much more. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. In Palestine, according to the World Health Organization, at least 100 chronically ill patients are waiting for evacuation out of Gaza, among them children. In this regard, Dr. Rick Peppercorn, W.H.O. representative for the occupied Palestinian territories, said that the evacuees are part of a list of priority candidates compiled by the Ministry of Health in Gaza. Peppercorn further added that since the closure of the Rafah border crossing between Gaza and Egypt on May 2024, approximately 282 medical evacuations have taken place. In this case, the patients will travel in a large convoy to the Arab Emirates and Romania to receive necessary care.
He has a war injury. He had a fractured spine, a broken foot, burns on his hands and back, and stiff bones. The child suffers from autism and hyperactivity. He woke up the second day, unable to get up or move due to the war injury. He fell from the third floor and we found him on the ground, the rubble under and above him. His 2 brothers were martyred, and 3 of my sons, and their wives and 5 of my grandchildren. I woke up and did not find anyone in the house.
My son's condition has deteriorated a lot. He currently has ulcers on his back that have reached the bone. He cannot move his legs at all. He needs intensive physical therapy and requires surgical operations. I have been waiting for 5 months for any day for him to come out for treatment and for his condition to improve. Thank God they call us today. God willing, he will head to the United Arab Emirates.
Palestine, the Gaza Health Ministry reported having completed on Wednesday the polio vaccination as 94% of children received the full dose of the drug. The Gaza Ministry of Health, Majed Abu Ramadan, confirmed that 556,774 children younger than 10 years old reached the second dose. However, the minister denounced that minors of the northern governorate of the Strip are still deprived of this reinforcement due to the escalation of the genocide operation in the area. Israeli occupying forces have bombed and destroyed several vaccination centers. The authorities recalled that children in the north are exposed to the disease. Therefore, it is necessary that they be fully immunized to avoid the disease's transmission. Also in Palestine, the World Health Organization is currently evacuating 113 patients, mostly children, from Gaza Strip to the United Arab Emirates and Romania to receive medical care. The W.H.O representative for the occupied Palestinian territory, Rick Peppercorn, reported that the patients, mostly children with trauma injuries and chronic diseases, have been living in a large convoy via the Kerem Shalom crossing with Israel. By the time they arrive there, the majority will then depart from Ramon Airport in southern Israel to the United Arab Emirates, while others will head for Romania. A mother of a Gazan child injured shared information about her son's health condition.
Mohammed was hit by shrapnel in the head on August 11th, which caused skin lacerations and a skull fracture. His condition got worse and worse. My child underwent 4 operations in 25 days due to that shrapnel. We obtained a permit from the World Health Organization, and we will leave with the organization.
The Israeli aggression against Lebanon entered its 44th day, causing dozens of martyrs and wounded, as the number of martyrs continues to increase since the beginning of the aggression on October 8, 2023. The Public Health Emergency Operations Center of the Ministry of Public Health issued a statement announcing that the non-definite balance of the Israeli enemy attack on Burja has risen to 20 and 14 wounded. In this context, the destructive war waged by Israeli enemy forces against Lebanon, particularly in southern part of the country, military operations have intensified to unprecedented levels. More than 37 localities have been completely razed, resulting in the total destruction of over 40,000 homes. Also in Lebanon, the Ministry of Culture condemned the criminal attacks of the Israeli regime on the nation and its archaeological monuments. The organization stresses that the Zionist occupation seeks to destroy history, civilization, and brotherhood, stressing that for Tel Aviv, it is unbearable not to have history in Palestine, so it tries to erase its history and sink the region and those who support it. The entity also highlighted the country's position demanding a ceasefire and the implementation of the International Resolution 1701 of the United Nations without amendments that demands the cessation of hostilities between Hezbollah and Israel. Meanwhile, in Syria, the armed forces reported violent Israeli bombardments against the municipality of Al-Qusayr in the province of Homs near the border with Lebanon, leaving 1 dead and 5 wounded. According to local media, the air raids targeted several buildings Likewise, the systematic attack by the Tel Aviv regime caused heavy fires and severe damage to infrastructure in the industrial zone. It is important to point out that last October 31st, the same city was the target of a similar aggression that left at least 10 people dead. It's worth noting that Israel has intensified its hostile military actions against targets in Syrian territory, some of them against suburbs of the capital Damascus. And staying in the Middle East, it is estimated that Israel has dropped more than 85,000 tons of bombs on the Gaza Strip since October 2023. The figure far exceeds the bombing bill of World War II. The figure was confirmed on Wednesday by the Palestinian Environmental Quality Authority. The destruction of Washington and Tel Aviv's genocide operation reaches vast areas of agricultural soil and has also contaminated the soil with toxic substances that will stop agricultural development for decades. The report prepared for the World Day to prevent the use of the environment in wars and military conflicts also highlights that Zionist maneuvers cause serious damage to water sources and severely pollute the air. We have a second short break coming up, but before we invite you to visit our YouTube channel at teleSUR English, where you'll be able to rewatch our interviews, top stories, special broadcastings, and more. Hit the subscribe button and activate the notification bell to stay up to date on the world's most recent events. Final short break, don't go away. Welcome back. Hurricane Rafael rolled past the Cayman Islands, expected to rapidly intensify before landfall as a Category 3 hurricane on Wednesday in western Cuba. The storm was about 150 kilometers south of La Isla de Ventura. It had maximum sustained winds of 160 kilometers per hour and was moving northwest at 22 kilometers per hour. Forecasters warned that Rafael will slam into Cuba on Wednesday after dumping rain on Jamaica and the Cayman Islands on Tuesday, while authorities warned of floods, storm surges, and mudslides. In Cuba, the Provincial Defense Council of Havana also ordered the suspension of public transport service. As well, the hurricane will have a direct impact on the western part of the island. The United Nations organization reported that more than 2 billion inhabitants of the planet's major cities could face an additional temperature increase of at least 0.5 degrees Celsius by 2040. UN Habitat estimated that cities need an investment of between 4.5 and 5.4 trillion US dollars per year to build and maintain climate resilient systems. However, current financing is estimated at $831 billion. In this regard, the agency recognized that this shortfall leaves cities and especially their most vulnerable populations exposed to increasing risks. In addition, the director of the entity, Ana Claudia Rosbach, urged an accelerated transformation of neighborhoods and attention to the needs of the most vulnerable areas of cities. And Spain announced a €10.6 billion aid package to help those affected by flash floods that killed at least 217 people and destroyed businesses and homes last week. According to Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, the package includes €838 million in cash handouts to small businesses and freelance workers affected by the disaster. The package also includes €5 billion of state-guaranteed loans, while the national government will finance 100% of the cleanup costs by local councils and half the repair to infrastructure. In addition, the Prime Minister said that Spain had also requested aid from the European Union Solidarity Fund.
10.6 millones de euros.
There are €10.6 billion in this first response of the first phase of this immediate reconstruction and recovery plan for the Valencian community. It is a good first step, an agile and ambitious step with concrete, realistic measures that are coming into force now and that are going to help people and businesses in the coming days and weeks.
In Cameroon, at least 4 people died following 2 landslides that occurred on the road in the municipality of Chang in the west of the country. Authorities reported that one of the landslides occurred in the morning hours and the second one happened when emergency teams were working at the site. For this reason, they called on the public to stay away from the affected area and urged drivers to respect safety regulations given the magnitude of damages. Search and rescue operations continue, so the death toll could still increase. In Brazil, the Chinese Film Festival kicks off in Rio de Janeiro as part of the reinforcement of integration between Brazilian and Chinese peoples. The festival will run until November 8th and will showcase the contemporary diversity of Chinese cinema while reflecting and celebrating the cultural ties between Brazil and the Asian nation. During the event, free films will be screened at special times at the Odeon Cinema and the Kinoplex Chao Luis Cinema. The festival program that includes 9 feature films is organized by the Brazil-China Socio-Cultural Institute, IBRACHINA, and it is the result of a partnership between the governments of both nations. We have come to the end of this news brief. You can find these and many other stories on our website, telesurenglish.net. So join us on social media, Facebook, X, Instagram, Telegram, and TikTok. For TeleSUR English, I'm Luis Alberto Matos. Thank you for watching.